Jamie Pally, aka the Crafty Princess and Doll Collector, and this is an edition of Craft and Dollies. It was Yarn and Dollies, but after doing a number of Yarn and Dollies, which are basically like kind of combo podcast of talking about my doll collecting and my yarn crafting, I realized that I do a lot of other types of crafts too, and I've kind of mentioned them sometimes in some of the Yarn and Dollies videos that I've done. So it occurred to me the other day, I was kind of cleaning things up over on my YouTube channel. I combined some playlists and moved things around, and I realized, you know, I should just call it Craft and Dollies. That way I can talk about any craft I want, whether it's sewing or crochet or, you know, jewelry making or whatever. And so, yeah, so this is, I guess, the first episode of the renamed Yarn and Dollies, which was previously Wine and Dollies. So it was Wine and Dollies, then Yarn and Dollies, now it's Craft and Dollies. I'll figure out what I'm doing someday over here. I don't know. But yeah, I have this little doll with me today. She's wearing a cute little dress that I made with my brand new sewing machine. Okay. I did a quick little video about this. This is the Singer Quantum Style 9960. Woo! My old Kenmore, I just had to finally say enough is enough. I was really tired of the fact that I could not get the reverse button to work. And even though I could still put it on, I would just dial it to 0 and just stitch in place. Some things you need to go back and forth on a couple of times, okay? The stitching in place is just not quite the same. I don't know how to explain it. I was muddling through without my backstitch. I paid somebody to try to fix the machine, $100. Should have just thrown it down the toilet and flushed it. Plus, I was without my machine for over a month because they had it for a couple of weeks and I got it back and I said, hey, then I got home and realized the thing still didn't work. They apologized. I brought it back. Then we had a hurricane, so then they still had it, and you know, it was just. So anyway, and I got it back and it still wasn't fixed. And then I realized it's just, you know, from Googling around, I realized that just wasn't something that was necessarily fixable. And even though I had a lot of people, when I mentioned on social media that I was looking for a new machine, a lot of people just said, oh, just fix your old one. The new ones are crap now, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to fix a machine. I want to sew. So my old machine is on hiatus. It's packed away in one of my closets, and it's my emergency backup. This is my new machine. I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of hard to get used to because it's so fancy, but it's pretty nice. And this is the first doll dress I made using this machine. I will say though, unfortunately, I'm still struggling with the 1/4 inch inseams when it comes to certain parts, especially the top part here. And I've gotten to the point where I just have given up on that. I'm just going to sew it by hand. This one, I think I started to try to sew it on the machine. Still couldn't do it, even though this machine is super duper fancy and it's made for quilting, which you use 1/4 inch seams on quilting and all this stuff. But it's not the machine, it's me. I just cannot do something that small on machine. So I hand stitched the top and then used the machine to do the gathering and attach the skirt and hem it and stitch up the back. So I would say like 1/4 of the work is hand stitched and the rest of it I can use the machine. I'm good with that. We've come to an agreement on that. And I have a couple other doll dresses I'm working on now. This one I cut out. This has got like a little what do you call it? Ocean theme to it. So yeah, so I'm still sewing. I sewed up a couple of super cute little skirts, which I did a video on. It will probably be a while before I post that video and edit it. I filmed it, but I've got to edit it and everything. So these are some little skirts I made for my grandnieces. So I'll show you how to make those real easy. You know, anybody with any amount of sewing skill probably can figure that out, but I will be sharing with you how I did it. I've been doing some crochet, and this adorable bunny is one of the items I have made, along with her little dress and her little sweater, which I'm not real keen on. This did not work out like I wanted it, and it's flipping, so it's driving me crazy. But Yeah, the bunny is cute, generally speaking. I will be doing a full review of the book that I used to make that bunny. So look for a video for that. It may already be published on my channel by the time I post this video. It's hard to say. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing in the crafting world, keeping pretty busy. Lots of works in progress, still making the little dresses. I have some other patterns that I just need to learn how to use, but since I was getting used to my machine, I decided to just go with something I already knew how to do. So as far as doll collecting is going, I did have a couple of new dolls I showed recently. I got my first Midi, the Pebble Cakes, and I did an unboxing video of her if you want to take a look. And I've ordered some tights for her, and she's kind of just hanging out in my curio now in most of her stock. So I don't want to put any of the striped stockings that came with her. I don't want to put them on until I get some stockings. I ordered some white ones so that I could layer and not have to worry about staining her body. And what was it? I guess before that I got Pretty Peony, who I really like, but I have to say I'm kind of like on a dolly diet, and it's not even because I need to be on a dolly diet, but I'm kind of just feeling a little saturated right now. In fact, there's a new doll that they just released drawings of her. Boy, what's her? She's a mermaid, and I'd heard she was coming out. I believe she's coming out in June is her release date. And as I film this, she is up for pre-order through CC Toys, and I think Magma has a pre-order on her too. She goes for about $200, a little less. And she has a lot of stock with her. She has like 3 outfits. It's a beautiful doll, but I'm kind of disappointed she's not tan. And because she's a mermaid, man. I'm sorry. They actually have her skin as snow. So, I mean, I guess she could be a mermaid from Antarctica or something. I don't know. It just seems odd to me that she's not tan. So that kind of was a bummer. But then again, like I said, I feel kind of like I have too many dolls. I'm feeling like that. Like I'm over. There's a few dolls that I'm really enjoying. And I did a video not that long ago about my 3 favorites. And here they are again. You know, got her. I've got her back there. Got Sorry. This is Garden of Joy. I've renamed to Gemma. There tends to be just like a couple of dolls I keep gravitating towards. I have a number of fakies that I've play around with, changing their bodies out and things like that. So, and then I got the Midi, but I don't know. I'm actually honestly thinking of rehoming a couple of the dolls that I just don't spend a lot of time with and that haven't wowed me over even after having them for a while. One of them is Sherry Victorian, and the thing is I really love redhead dolls, so I don't know why I'm not more in love with her. And also the other stock doll that I'm thinking of rehoming is Sprite Beauty. Again, she's a very unusual doll. I mean, that's the thing too, is like I like to have different types of dolls. So that's one reason I kind of hesitate. Is she's a stock doll with sleepy eyes, and her eyelids are painted, and she's got that really wild pink and yellow hair, and purple, even like a light purple eye chips, which I really like purple eye chips. So. But there's just something about her lately that I just, not in love with. And there's only so much room in the curio. And then I see these other new dolls come up, and I think, well, I don't really want to buy another one. I got these dolls I don't really mess with very much, other than, I just have my small crew that seems to get all my attention. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm feeling like I need to sell some of these dolls, because financially, I don't really need to. I mean, I don't buy a doll unless I can afford to buy the doll. So I don't get myself in a situation where I made some sort of financial mistake in buying a doll in the first place. But it's not like I don't have a place to put them necessarily either. I do have this kind of junk room in here that they can hang out while I'm sewing and everything. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you ever get to a point where you're kind of like, maybe it's time to get rid of some dolls? Or have you done that and then really regretted it? Like, you know, because I think, well, maybe if I sold a couple of dolls, then maybe I'd buy the mermaid doll. I don't know. You know, like I said, it's not something, even a financial situation. It's more, I don't really know why I have this feeling like I should get rid of them, but I'm just not in love with them like I thought I would be, and I really like other dolls a lot better, I guess. That's kind of it. All right, well, thanks for listening to me rattle on, and have a wonderful dolly and crafting day. As usual, I always appreciate a thumbs up, and make sure that you subscribe and click on the little bell icon so that you get notifications when I post something new on my channel.